To make our clay hippo, you need 4 balls of clay.
You should have 2 that are small and 2 that are large. We're going to take the 2 large ones and we're going to create pinch pots. So you'll need to take one of them. And remember, when you're working with clay, you always need to keep the clay wet. So if at any point it starts to feel dry, you need to dip your fingers in the water. You can rub them together and keep that clay nice and moist. So to make it nice and smooth, we're going to roll it between our palms to create a nicely shaped sphere. Then to create the pot, we're going to take our thumb, push it into the clay, so it should stick on your thumb like this. We're going to use our fingers to pinch it. See how it went up on the side here? I'm going to rotate with this hand and pinch. Rotate and pinch. Now I don't want to pinch so thin that it starts to break apart. If that happens, I'm going to roll it back up and start again. And if at any point you need more water, just put a little bit on. You don't want it too wet or it'll get sticky. Just a little bit of moisture so it doesn't crack. I'm gonna roll this together, stick my thumb in, and this time I'm only gonna pinch a little bit and going all the way around. Nice and deep, but I don't want to poke my thumb through. Going all the way around. Now if we have little cracks like this, I'm going to put a finger in the water and smooth that out. Even on the ones on the inside. There we go. So now I have a pinch pot. It's hollow in the middle and round on the outside. I need to do the same thing on this one. I'm gonna roll it into a sphere. Put my thumb in it. Use my fingers to pinch. Between my fingers and my thumb, going all the way around. And I want to make it about the same size because we're going to smush them together like this. So they're about the same size. I'm going to fix these cracks. If you have a few left, that's okay. If it's a few little cracks, that's okay. All right, so now they're about the same size. I can see that I can smush them together and they'll create a bigger sphere that's hollow in the middle. We need it hollow in the middle so that it'll dry out. But before we stick it together, we have to do 4 things. Anytime you join clay, meaning you're putting 2 pieces of clay together, you need to score your clay. So you're going to take a sharp object, like you could use a pencil, or there may be clay tools that you may use, and you're going to scratch into the surface only where you're going to join the clay. So I'm not scratching on the side because I know that this is the part that's going to be joined. So I'm going to scratch all the way around this edge, the lip of the pot. And I need to do it on my other one too. There we go. Next, I need to slip. That means I'm going to get some water. I'm going to get the edge wet. This creates, it mixes with the clay and kind of creates almost like a glue for the clay. We're going to stick them together. Kind of pressing. And then I'm left with this seam. You can see where they've been joined. So the last thing I want to do is smooth. So I'm going to get more water on my finger and I can smooth it out. also go in the other direction. This is going to make it look better, and it's also going to make it have a stronger bond, so it's less likely to fall apart. Keep smoothing it. During this stage, you can also reshape this. So we are making the body of a hippopotamus, so we need it to be a little bit more of an oval. There, now you can see that seam is almost completely gone. So I'm going to kind of reshape this into a little bit more of an oval. And there we have our body. Next, we're going to take one of the smaller balls. I'm going to roll it into a nice circle. This is going to be the head. Once it's in a circle, in a sphere, you're going to put it on the table and roll it a little bit. Just back and forth. This is going to make it look a little bit more like a head. So one side is a little bit smaller. You can also just pick it up and pinch it. This will be the nose and the head. To create the ears, we're going to take our fingers and pinch to make the two ears. Now if it cracks like this, just get to the water and smooth it out. All right, now we're going to join our head to our body. So we need to score the head. On this part right here, we're going to score it. I'm going to figure out where on the body we want it. That looks good. And I'll score the body. And put slip. Stick the two pieces together. And we need to smooth. So this part's a little bit tricky, but you can use a tool to kind of push them together right on the crease. This will help it so the head won't fall off. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing a little bit of the clay from the head down onto the body, making sure it has a good bond. All right, that looks pretty good. There we go. And our hippo, of course, needs some legs. So with the last little bit of clay, we're going to divide this into 4 pieces. So divide it in half, and then divide each half in half. So you have 4 equal pieces, and you should not have any extra clay at this point. We're going to roll each of these into a sphere, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we want these to be cylinders, not spheres. So we're going to take one finger and gently roll back and forth. This is going to flatten out the sides so that they're more of a cylinder. Kind of look like little mini marshmallows. Okay, I'm going to stand them all up. And I'll need to score the top of these legs. Also going to need to flip my hippopotamus upside down and score where the legs are going to get joined. Add some slip. And we're going to add it to the legs as well. Okay. Now I can stick it together. So we're going to stick and smooth so we can use those tools to gently push it together. Smoothing it out. You can also do this with the finger. Sometimes those tools help it a little bit more. So we have one leg, our second leg. And if there are parts that you are a little bit rough or bumpy, just use that water to smooth it out. Put our last two on. And smooth it out. All right, now let's see if our hippo will stand up. There we go. We have our hippo.